What if I told you that the way you measure your life, your birthdays, deadlines, and even history itself, was once broken, and one man dared to fix time? In the late 1500s, Europe lived under a quiet lie. The calendar, supposedly the ultimate authority of days and seasons, was drifting. Spring arrived earlier than it should. Easter crept away from the sky it was meant to follow. Farmers noticed it first. Astronomers whispered about it next. And the church, which ruled time as much as faith, felt the ground shifting beneath its feet. At the center of this growing unease stood a scholar most people have never heard of, a man who did not command armies or rule kingdoms, but who stared relentlessly at the stars, numbers, and ancient errors that had piled up over centuries. His task was impossible: correct time itself, without tearing the world apart. The old Julian calendar had failed. It assumed the year was slightly longer than it truly was. That tiny mistake, just minutes per year, had snowballed into chaos. Festivals no longer matched the heavens. Sacred dates slipped out of alignment. Time, humanity's most trusted compass, was no longer pointing north. The solution demanded brutal precision. 10 days had to vanish. Not slowly, not gently, simply erased. Imagine waking up one morning and the date has jumped forward. Entire days gone forever. People feared theft of life itself. Had their time been stolen? Had God approved this correction? Or was this arrogance, humans daring to edit creation? As protests simmered, calculations continued by candlelight. Night after night, the architect of this reform tested equations against the movements of the sun and moon. He debated ancient Greek scholars across centuries, corrected emperors long dead, and built a system resilient enough to last thousands of years. Then came the moment of decision. In 1582, the world blinked, and 10 days disappeared. Yet the sky did not fall. Seasons realigned. The heavens and the calendar breathed in unison once more. The reform held, but acceptance came slowly. Some nations resisted for centuries. Riots broke out. People demanded their lost days back. And still, the system endured, because it worked. Today, every appointment you make, every New Year's countdown, every historical date you trust, rests on that invisible correction, a quiet triumph of reason over chaos. Time once broken was mended, not by a conqueror, but by a mind patient enough to listen to the stars. If this story made you see time differently, please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what would you do if 10 days of your life simply vanished?